Let's do an improbable situation. I'm going to be the game master, and you two are going to get through the world.
Okay.
Let's see. You two have just pulled up to the Wawa, and you're very hungry, and you start to go in, but you realize a large man is bogarting the entrance. What do you do?
Well, there's like 3 entrances to Wawa. Is he blocking like the proper door, so I wouldn't be going in through that?
Yeah, and the other 2 doors are out of order.
I probably walk up and wait for a few seconds, and then I say, "Excuse me," and I kind of gesture to reach around him to grab the door handle.
He swats your hand away and says, Do not persevere. This establishment is not to be pursued."
I turn to Steven and say, and then kind of gesture for him to try.
Alright, so I put my finger in his jacket pocket and I go boop, boop, and be insertive.
He grabs your wrist and violently shakes it around. He says, You mortal men must leave here. There is nothing at this establishment for you.
I ask Elias to call the cops. And...
You cannot call the police.
Why not?
I'm bigger than them.
Why can't we get in? What's wrong with this place? What's going on?
What's wrong with this man? Why won't he let us in?
I tried to order a gobbler and they told me they were out of the cranberry sauce.
Okay.
You can get a hot ham and a hot turkey and gravy sub.
I would sooner fled my mortal coil and flee to the safety of my heavenly realm.
Is the gobbler that good? What is it?
I'm glad you asked.
Oh, wait.
It is a 10-inch sub toasted with hot turkey, gravy, stuffing, and cranberry sauce. The cranberry sauce is what really brings it together. Imagining a gobbler with no cranberry sauce? An establishment that serves such a sandwich shouldn't even be allowed to sell.
I agree with you. If you let me in, I'll ensure a sub with cranberry sauce.
No one can be let into the Wawa.
What are the workers doing inside?
Looking on their phone, getting paid to do nothing.
They're going on the intercom saying that we can pay before we pick up.
I pull out my phone and say, I'm gonna call the police and start dialing.
He swats at your phone really fast.
He swatted out of my hands or just kind of at it?
No, he swats it out of your hand.
Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry. We don't need to get the police involved. Now turn around and go to the racetrack. It is a much better establishment.
I pull the tape off the other doors and start going in through another door.
I rear my shoulder back and with one mighty push I slam my shoulder into the back of his knee to make it fall backwards. And I step on his fucking body to get in.
You got any dice around here?
Yeah, behind you. Up there on the shelf.
Oh, we're rolling for fucking accuracy.
No, up to the right a little more.
Oh, those are rocks.
I can roll the rock.
Okay, let's see how you did. You try valiantly to slam into his leg, but he remains strong and sturdy. Your shoulder buckles against the back of his knee.
I hear my shoulder blade click as I can no longer use my arm.
He picks you up by the nape of his neck and looks you in the eye and says, Go to racetrack. They have incredible deals and amazing froyo.
I spit in his fucking glasses.
I'm gonna roll to attack. You land a mean loogie right into his eye. And he throws you and flails and wipes his eye clean.
I fucking run inside while he's fucking around.
Okay.
Scramble inside.
He's gonna take an opportunity attack on you.
Oh no!
You make it through the door, but not with a swift elbow in your kidney.
I'm inside!
The Wawa employees don't look impressed.
Hey, I don't see them getting outside past the light bringer.
Okay, at this point I've grabbed a Topo Chico from the cooler and I'm immediately clocking him over the head with one.
You hit him very hard with a glass bottle, so hard that it breaks, and you see a tear in his head. The costume falls off, and it is in fact Mr. Freeze from the racetrack promotion, Freezeberry Slushy.
Is that the snowman?
Kind of.
That's
the
the...
Freezelberry. Freezeberry.
I think it's Freezeberry, yeah.
Racetrack gas station is a knockoff Frozone mascot, and this is him. Inside a giant inflatable Linkara costume.
I say, aha, a rival gas station mascot, and then look back at the Wawa employees as if to kind of prompt that something's going on. Do they seem to care at all?
Not in the slightest, and Freezeberry is making a getaway on his icy tundra.
Not so fast. I opportunity attack him, punch him in the back of the spine. Small of his back.
He dodges and puts an icy hand to your throat and keeps you quiet.
He turns back around. He turns back around to attack me again.
He reverses a command grab on you.
I mean,
He grabs you by the throat and freezes your vocal cords.
I just Miller Ice corkscrewed him, and he's turning back around to attack me.
I humble about massaging the massive bruise on my shoulder. I see Elias is getting injured, so I immediately go for a large fucking thing of Fiji water, and I throw it as hard as I can.
I thought you were just going to get some water. Immediately, who can need refreshments?
Oh, that's what I was going for, but alas, we ran into this fucking blockade.
The large Fiji bottle smashes against his head and is indented perfectly around his brain. He looks at you like a deer in headlights.
What's he gonna fucking do? I'm in here and he's out there.
He turns into snow and breaks his way through the door and emerges behind you.
It's like the Mortal Kombat, like teleport down and then up behind them again.
When all's in doubt, I ask him if he's ever heard of Stupid Mario Brothers.
No! You've activated me, I'm going berserk.
That was the plan all
The hot
along.
rage melted your iced over vocal cords.
I
You
knew
start
it.
screaming and pounding the ground.
In any situation, I'm so mad we're talking about Super Mario Brothers again.
I knew this whole time it would send him into Ultra Instinct mode.
I charge him as fast as I can from behind.
Freezeberry dodges your attack and grabs you by the back of the head and grabs Steven by the back of the head and makes your faces rub against each other. And he goes...
I say, Elias, there's only one way out of this. Do you remember any of the lines from Stupid Mario Drive-Thru?
reflecting on an old classic. Elias's heart fuels with energy.
Follow my lead.
I put the freeze man in a headlock and ask Steven to begin reciting the lines.
Okay.
You do that.
Oh, hello!
Oh,
It's me!
what is
Yeah,
this?
it's me, Mario, and, oh, hello!
I don't
It's me,
get it.
Mario.
I don't get an audio version of this prank video.
I whisper into his ear, "You're the attendant at a Taco Bell drive-thru, and Mario is ordering food."
He melts. You won. You level up.
Yeah! Hell yeah.
That was a good one. That was one of our best improvs yet.
Oh, Lord.
Disclaimer! Crossing the Line is not a show intended to bully or harass anyone.
Do not go out of your way to find or mess with the authors featured on our podcast. They make what we do possible, and we love them. And you. Thanks. Enjoy.
Welcome to Crossing the Line, a fanfiction. That's the first time I've screwed that up in a long time. Welcome to Crossing the Line, a fanfiction podcast where we read, review, and critique fanfiction for your listening pleasure. I'm George Cheapole, and I've always got my two co-hosts here, Stephen Bluebreed.
Hello guys, how you doing?
And Elias Virgil Vlogs, Vivavlogs.
Hello.
And that's us. We're the three amigos, the three bold bean brothers, or whatever that gate ad said.
We single-handedly defeated Linkar.
The freezed monster Linkar.
Frozone Linkara. Welcome to the Harry Potter second episode of Harry Potter.
Yes, I love Harry Potter fanfictions!
Yeah.
The site could sustain itself, fanfiction.net, solely on Harry Potter fanfictions.
It's true, it's the #1 crossover tag by far.
There is a Harry, almost said a Linkara crossover. There's a Harry Potter crossover with everything.
I hope you
I'm
have
sure
a
there
life.
is a Harry Potter crossover with Linkara.
The most obscure content from like 2005 to now.
Shaolin Showdown, a Chalk Zone,
H2O, Zoe 101.
Johnny Darko.
Butt Ugly Martians.
Johnny Darko.
It's like,
Johnny the Homicidal Maniac?
yeah, I think so. I saw like one for Johnny Darko or something like that. Donnie Darko, there it is.
Johnny Darko.
Yeah.
God, there was one that was so good, but it was in Spanish. I'm so mad.
I ran into those two. I was really upset. Oh,
Spanish
God.
people don't like Harry Potter. That's just a myth.
One of these days, I'm just gonna put one of them through fucking Translate and just do it. I think that would be a good time. We should have an episode where we do that. That'd be fun.
The Day of the Dead special.
Yeah.
All the best ones we couldn't read because they were in Spanish, so we translated them anyways.
Mm-hmm.
In case you didn't listen to our last Harry Potter episode, which was recorded a long time ago and is not on any music listening apps yet, at least, there are incredible stories such as Vernon Dursley pulling a knife on Genji and Hanzo of Overwatch fame.
Is that the one we did with Palo?
No.
Didn't we do Harry Potter with Palo?
Oh, we did
No.
One Piece.
No.
No, we didn't.
We did
No,
Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Grandpa. Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Just happened to have a Harry Potter
Oh,
story.
that's right. Because there was a One Piece and Eddie.
Here's the clip of Palo discussing the hottest Canker sister. Palo, which one of the Canker sisters is the hottest?
Oof! Ooh, what's the name of the blue one? Fuck.
That's good enough. You got
Yeah,
it right.
Boy, you got it! Nailed it!
I think that one's Marie.
Maria.
Ah, yeah, Marie, yeah. The other one, fuck the other.
Nig.
Yeah.
There it is.
You
I'm
got it right too.
Now I gotta fucking do that.
We've all been doing a lot of editing because we have more content coming.
It's true.
Mhm.
We normally talk about that at the end of the show, but that's fine.
At the time of recording, I've released 2 manga videos, but we've also got at least 3 videos recorded and soon 2 more.
As well as other topics. Art show, that's finally a thing.
Hell yeah.
Other fun things we're planning that we're gonna be doing later this week.
Oh, and the big thing. Can we talk about that?
What's the big thing?
The poster I made?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be up before this episode goes live.
Oh.
So yes, the Pawn Stars fanfic jam, the gold and silver fanfic
Yes,
jam.
yes! We're going to pump the Pawn Stars fandom full again.
You never know what's gonna come through that door.
Someone's gonna have to figure out how to add a new tag to fanfiction.net so Pawn Stars can get blown up because I don't know how to do it.
I think it probably just adds it if you just tag it.
Oh, thank God.
I think so anyway.
Well, that'll be good.
That would make the most convenient sense at very least.
Yes, the gold and silver fanfic jam. We're all very excited to officially announce that, us crossing the line. Our very first fanfic writing jam. and you've probably already heard the news if you follow us to begin with, but it will be a fanfic writing jam where all you smart little geniuses can write your own fanfic themed around the greatest pawn shop of our time.
Yes. We will be taking stories from you, and we'll be reading them, and it'll be great, because we can assume you'll already have better grammatical skills than anything we normally would read.
I'm Blue Harrison, and this is our podcast. And if there's anything
Just add Harrison.
Yes, he can.
If there's anything we've learned from hearing fanfics for the past 3 years, you never know what is going to come through that file.
So yeah, if you're listening to this like day of it comes out, the podcast comes out, or weekend the podcast comes out, you have until... Well, that's a typo. You said 10:22. It's 11:22. You better fix that.
It's okay.
Good thing I noticed.
I can fix it.
So yes, you have until midnight of Sunday, November 22nd, to get your fanfics uploaded to fanfiction.net, or just send them to us via Twitter or email, either one of those, and we'll try to read as many as we can in our episode, the Gold and Silver Fanfiction Jam. Look forward to that. That's going to be the next episode, by the way. Spoiler alert. And Harry Potter's going to be in all of them, I'm sure. What's that nice-ass picture you did of Dot, Steven? That's a good one.
Thank you.
If you haven't seen that, Dot's got her anime pussy out. Is that going to be public by the time this episode goes live?
It goes up at 10:50 tomorrow.
Okay, so absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck? What is that?
I think I recognize that.
Which one of you sent this black
Not
double
me.
D?
Oh, that was probably fucking me some time ago.
Holding a bottle of bubbly?
That might have been me, actually. I don't know.
For those at home,
There's a lot of
I'm not-
people in our
I'm not
group that has
explaining.
that sense of humor, so it's hard to tell.
no, this is just from the three of us.
Oh shit. Well then, either of us could be guilty at this point.
Yeah, we're recording a podcast, and I'm just going through our group chat photos because I was trying to find that. But yeah, there's your scary godmother porn. There's Chris Bores with the new Steve or whatever his name is on Blue's Clues. Steve 2. Okay, enough of that. Fanfic. Harry Potter.
I want to go first. I have a really short one.
Go first.
Yeah, bud.
Okay. Of course, it reset. Now I don't know where my story is.
Steven, fill time.
Okay, if you're ever really bored, go on YouTube and look up Arthur Grounded. You'll find a whole plethora of really
I'm going as fast as I can.
of really shitty like Go Animate and Plotagon videos that all follow the same plot of Arthur doing something stupid and or extreme and getting grounded for it. For example, there's a really funny one we just watched where Arthur inflates his bully Binky and makes him pop, and yeah, watch that.
I hope you remake Edamon's fight with the Digidestined in Plotagon.
I still have that model, so I could.
You can make a Metal Greymon Plotagon.
Oh, I could, couldn't I?
And then he does his Giga Blaster and just the shove animation.
Plotagon apparently doesn't care about the trial period because I've been able to use it past it, so I'm sure I could.
It's the WinRAR of animation.
Yeah.
You think Plotagon is as useful as WinRAR?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's just funny, like, how any kind of limited animation program is hilarious because of how, like, it forces you to use limited resources to, like, be as expressive as possible.
That's how you get some of the most creative stuff, giving yourself all those like restrictions.
Oh, yeah?
It's like something like, this is a bit of an odd tangent, but saying like playing D&D versus just like any other like free roaming RPG kind of thing. D&D has a lot of core rules that you have to work around to make things happen. So I think it breeds a lot more creativity than just somebody like, I'm gonna go do this.
That's fair.
Okay.
Anyway,
The story begins.
Harry Potter. Do 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 do.
Fucker, Harry.
What's that mark on your forehead? Wipe that off.
Yeah, stinking man pussy on you.
Whoa.
Who said
Hagrid
that?
said that?
Yeah, he's like Wabbit.
I like how Hagrid has a flying motorcycle and everyone else uses brooms.
Yeah, I like how the Weasleys have a flying car.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Alright, this is really abrupt, so I gotta clear silence for this. Name's Hades, Lord of the Dead. Hi, how you doing? Greeted the tall, gray-skinned person with the pointy yellow teeth, blue fire in place of hair, and black robe that ended in curling smoke where feet should have been. Harry blinked. Not so good, I think, he offered, a little stunned. Hades smirked with a chuckle. Huh. He slung a large, muscular arm that ended in a hand with very long fingers over Harry's shoulder.
Harry's dead.
You would think, he agreed amiably as he steered Harry through the underworld. But see, here we have a bit of an issue. Normally, a mortal dies, the soul just passes through like that one, he said, pointing to a stretched out, washed out ghost-like thing that walked and dived through a gate, causing the counter to tick over. And then becomes part of the river of the dead until they lost all their features and are effectively a blank soul again. Ready to reuse in the world of the living. Harry worked his jaw silently for a moment as he absorbed that, and then asked the obvious question, So, why didn't I just do that? That would be because we didn't cut your head off. A harsh female voice snapped.
Whoa.
That would be because we didn't cut your head off.
Is that Bellatrix Lestrange, the hottest witch of all time?
They sure love writing Harry Potter fanfiction about her, so maybe.
Luna Lovegood was pretty too.
Luna, yosh.
A voice which drew Harry's attention to three somewhat grotesque women who only had one eye between the three of them. The tallest had a nose that really qualified as a beak. The shortest had the eye. And the one in the middle, height-wise, had green skin.
Oh, okay.
Harry Potter, meet the Fates, Hades presented. They didn't cut your head off, so you're not dead. And you're Mr. Potter, our early, stated the shortest of the Fates with a frown and a poking finger that was jabbed firmly at his person. We're not supposed to reveal the future, reminded the tallest of them, just a little snootily. This is a case of revealing the present as it should have been, pointed out the green-skinned Fate. He hasn't even figured out his soulmate. I have a... Harry stuttered weakly. Be fair, sister. He's only 12, and he's only known the girl for coming up on 2 years, the shortest Fate quipped with a wicked grin.
It's Hermione.
It's not. It's Ginny or Ginny or whatever.
Oh, Gina.
When he was only 12?
Yes, he meets Ron's sister.
But he doesn't meet her until the second year.
Oh, that's true. He doesn't go to Ron's house in the first year.
Yeah. How old is he in the second year?
If I had to... I mean, he's like a middle schooler when he first goes, so I think he's like 12 or 13, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. This totally lines up, but it's not too far off.
Yeah, I'd say 13, 14 is probably a good range.
He definitely didn't meet her when he was like 9 or 10.
Nah.
Ginny!
They always make Harry like 9 years old. I don't know why.
It's funny. No one likes teenage grown-up Harry.
Gotta make sure he's not a teenager.
Yeah, they didn't watch the movies. They only played the PS1 game.
Good. The tallest Fate thumped the shortest on the head, causing the eyeball to pop free and land in one of her own eye sockets. Harry wasn't sure if he was going to faint or throw up. Soulmates come as sort of compensation for a shit life.
Well, my life's pretty shitty.
Hades steered Harry away from the Fates and into another part of the underworld. The Fates don't really have much else to do, so when they notice a particularly shit life, then they'll throw a bunch of options in the way. Pick one out, and bada boom bada bing, you got a soulmate. You following me so far, Harry? You're the Lord of the Dead, but I'm not dead because the Fates didn't cut my head thread because I had a shit life. I have a soulmate, Harry summarized.
Correct.
I have a shit life.
Oh yeah,
He's 12.
I forgot he did live under the cupboard.
That's true. At this point, he's had a pretty shit life.
I forgot all about that.
Hey.
Dursley. If it's not in Hogwarts, it doesn't exist.
Hades nodded and patted Harry on the back companionably. Good, you're keeping up. We can move on, he declared, satisfied. What do you see here? He asked and waved his hand at a table in the room they just entered. Harry stepped up to the table. That's Tom Riddle's diary, he said, recognizing the item he'd recently put a basilisk fang through.
So this was after the second year.
Yeah.
Chamber of Secrets.
That, Hades said, and a sneer on his face as he came up beside Harry, is a piece of soul. A piece, Harry repeated weakly. A piece.
It's a piece of fucking shit.
Hades nodded. Tommy Boy figured out that if his soul was in pieces, it wouldn't come down here quite so easily, he explained. And as such, he'd hang around topside for longer. Thanks to you, I've now got 2 pieces of that soul. 2? Harry asked, and then he saw the sheet of white paper next to the diary. A sheet of white paper with a red mark on it. A red mark that looked exactly like Harry's scar. His eyes widened as the implications sunk in.
I thought you were just going to say a red mark that looked exactly like Harry.
I picture this, like, white piece of printer paper with 2, like, single slashes on it. He's, like, marking these off.
A piece of paper with a red mark that looked exactly like an F.
You failed Hogwarts, Harry.
Sorry, kid, but you had a bit too, Hades confirmed. But like I said, thanks to you, I got 2 bits of this soul. Unfortunately for you, kid, I can't just let you walk out of here, even if the fates haven't cut your thread. You still kinda died, after all. Harry was pretty sure he was getting closer to throwing up. But I like making deals, so here's one for you, Hades said with a smile as he set one hand on each of Harry's shoulders and bent down to look Harry in the eyes. You work for me for the next 5 years. You'll be topside. You can get your smooze and find that soulmate like the fates mentioned. And when the 5 years are up, you'll just keep living your life until the fates do cut your thread. Harry bit his lip and thought, I'm 12, sir. Harry said.
I need an adult.
This is an awfully fucking, like, traumatic thing happening to this kid.
My life is shit. I'm 12 years old. He's like, stop crying, stop crying.
Alright, 4 years.
I don't think I enjoy knowing the complete workings of the fucking how fate works.
This is a lot of astral knowledge for a 12-year-old, sir.
Can I just kill the fates and not die?
Avada Kedavra.
He says, I'm 12, sir. What sort of work would I do? Hades' smile stretched out into a lazy, pleased grin. Mostly cleaning up the moral realm, just, as you go. Sending down things that shouldn't be topside, Hades explained. We got a deal? You're asking me to kill things that should be dead anyways, right? Harry checked. He'd already killed something, the diary, the basilisk, and now that he thought of it, he killed Quirrell too. But that didn't mean it was something he really wanted to do. Bingo, Hades agreed.
Kill Quirrell?
Yeah, I don't think he killed him.
Which one's Quirrell?
He's
That's the
who
guy
had Voldemort on the back of his head.
Oh.
Yeah, remember he was the final boss of the PS1 game?
I didn't know that was Quirrell. He didn't
Professor
Avada Kedavra him?
No.
The
No.
killing curse?
It's Lord. That's a forbidden move.
Harry said, Dad said if I was in a bad situation, I could use the killing curse. And this is really scary.
This man holding him down backwards.
This man has 2 faces. That's not allowed. That's wrong by nature. I can kill him.
What are those stereotypical magic abracadabra, abracadabra. Oh!
Avada Kedavra. Abracadabra.
I want to know how many people use that curse by accident.
Just mumbling out noises.
Right?
Prank video.
Do not use killing curse at 3 a.m.
Like those jerks that make videos where they try to stop a Colt Magnum with a book between their head.
Oh my god.
Doesn't work, fellas.
A desert eagle.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
How? He says, the dead should all be here, not there. How would I kill a ghost? Harry nearly yelped. Hades grinned and straightened up. You agree to do the job, then? Yeah, Harry agreed. I guess so. Don't really have a lot of choice, do I? You always have a choice, kiddo, Hades assured Harry. But you made one already, so shake on it. He held out one gray, long-fingered hand to Harry. I was say one long finger to Harry. His tiny hand shakes it.
Pinky promise.
His pinky wraps 2 times around Harry's pinky. He held out the hand. And since you got one magic wand, I'll teach you a spell that will kill dead things every time, guaranteed. Rather than forking out a dangerous mystical weapon. Only dead things, though. Won't work on anything else. Understand? Harry nodded, gingerly placed his hand into Hades, and they shook on it. God, Hades is so big, shaking hands with tiny Harry.
Yeah.
He says, "Feel the heat," and shakes around, and he doesn't change his facial expression. Rowdy Rumble plays in the background.
Okay, you're gonna have to pay attention now, Harry. There's no particular way you wave your wand for this. Just point it at the thing, or if there's a lot of them, and sometimes there are, then you sweep your wand across them, kind of like pointing at a group, okay? Hades explained. Harry nodded. Right. Incantation. Vekpo Pri Eval Vekpok. Hades recited carefully.
He's not gonna remember that.
I thought I was gonna teach him Avada Kedavra.
Necro Pragma Enai Necros. Harry repeated the words just as carefully. Hades was in like a different font, so I couldn't tell what it was, but Harry seems to understand.
He's still not gonna remember that.
Necro Impregno.
Hades nodded.
Impregno. Hades got a big round belly.
Hades said, close enough. He approved. Teach that to whoever you want as well, by the way. Should get topside cleaned up even faster. Alright, time for you to get back up there and get to work. Hades smirked. And of course, get your smooze on. The end.
Oh my god.
Hades says, please find your soulmate and fuck also. In the next 5 years. That way it's illegal. I want to watch.
I give that Harry getting a fucking Asian woman in order to fulfill his destiny.
I rate that Harry learning a pregnant spell out of 10.
I rate that Harry going to an illegal massage parlor to get his schmooze on in order of Hades out of 10.
I think I can go next.
Yes, Bubba. Come on.
Alright.
Come on, Bubba.
Chapter 1. They're Coming. It was a wonderful morning when Harry was walking with his friends Ron and Hermione. They decided to retake their 7th year. So...
Okay. Yeah, they decided to. They didn't fail because they were out in the woods doing the movie.
Snape decided they would.
The teachers decided they would because they didn't pass.
That year didn't count.
Dumbledore demanded a recount. Let's see here.
Dumbledore died.
Oh, this was after that? Oh, shit.
Yes, their 7th year was the last one.
Oh, God, I'm not that familiar with the lore, I guess.
What the heck? Go watch all the movies.
Okay.
Go scroll through the TV guide until you find the Harry Potter weekend.
Yeah.
It's there.
The 7th movie is a slog.
It's
I do
it's in
remember.
2 parts.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that one is pretty slow. Let's see here.
Yeah, a lot of things happen. A lot of characters die off camera for no reason.
Oh my god. Oh god. Oh, that reminded me of fucking Fred, that poor man. That was heartbreaking. But, shit. So there they were, walking through Hogwarts. It was Saturday, so they had no classes. They were on their way to the lake when Ginny came running and shouting, "They're coming! They're coming!" And then she threw herself into the lake.
Oh.
Ginny, are you okay? Asked Harry, running to the lake to help Ginny out, who was very, very wet.
Ooh.
Who's coming? Said Ron, giving her a towel, which he always had in case of emergencies like this one.
Ron's cool.
Ron's a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan.
His fucking pajama Sam ass carrying his big ass blanket.
He's in a onesie with the ass flap hanging down.
His big R on his fucking chest.
Did you guys know I was in Thunderpants? It's a pretty good movie.
Ron, stop bringing up Thunderpants.
It's not real. and
It's
you
not
know
a
it.
good movie. It's about ass gas. No, hold on. I played the super genius. No, you didn't. Why did they use a different cover photo of you when your hair was different in the movie?
You played an asshole, which you are now.
Oh.
You're a famous actor. Why would you take that role?
They paid me a lot of money. I hate that fucking post. Like, he doesn't look anything like how he looks in the Harry Potter movies, but they use a picture of him like from the Harry Potter movie on the cover. He's got like Jerry curl all through his hair, but he doesn't look anything like himself. Anyway.
He didn't want to be recognized, but they put him on the poster that way anyways.
Yeah.
Thus ends my Thunderpants rant of the week.
Are you okay? Who's coming? Asked Hermione.
The backyardigans!
Oh.
What?
No! Shouted Harry as he fell onto his knees and raised his arms to the sky. We must prepare. I remember when the backyardigans attacked Diagon Alley, said Hermione.
Don't worry, they can't leave the backyard. Just get out of there.
Ron, are you okay? Asked Ginny. I'm afraid of the backyardigans, he said, panicked.
Good.
Chapter 2, The Nightmare Begins. They all went to McGonagall to tell her that the backyardigans were going to attack Hogwarts.
Attack.
What is she gonna do?
The only thing she could think of was to run to a room, suck her thumb, and call for the Department of Oars. They went to Professor Sprout and told her about the backyardigans, but she only said that the backyardigans are bad and that they're worse than Voldemort.
They are bad.
That show's bad.
It's worse than Voldemort. He who must not be named.
The very mention of their name made the head minister fucking get into fetal position.
That poor old woman.
Yeah. They would sing songs about where they were going and stuff. Yummy stuff, double stuffed Oreos I have in my house. They appeared in Percy Jackson, so I went all crazy in the supermarket.
Did you skip something? What happened?
No, it's just going into talking about Oreos. They're worse than Voldemort. They would sing songs about where they're going and stuff. And then the very next sentence, yummy stuff, double stuffed Oreos I have in my house. They appear in Percy Jackson.
Oh, the Oreos appeared in that movie.
Yeah.
Apparently this person was really struck by the product placement in Percy Jackson.
Someone was really fucking hungry when they made this.
I love double stuffed Oreos.
They appeared in Percy Jackson, so I went all crazy in the supermarket telling Mom to buy them. Then I bought chiclets and Sprite and my pet fish. I got 2, Prince Ernesto Armando Alejandro and Prince Clovis. I named them. Nice names, right? Back to the story. Fuck that!
I got chiclets and Sprite and my 2 pet goldfish.
This was all one paragraph. It started with Harry Potter. The fucking middle was just Oreos, and then it gets back to it the last sentence.
Is there what the backyardigans are singing about?
Double stuffed Oreos and Percy Jackson.
They were in Percy Jackson. Oh god. Back to the story. Then they decided to reunite Dumbledore's army because McGonagall's army sounded pretty dumb.
We're just gonna reunite the army but not call it McGonagall's army.
Oh my god.
It's still Dumbledore's army.
Fuck you, McGonagall. Okay, guys, we all know that the backyardigans are coming. They'll probably destroy the castle. It could be worse than World War II.
God, they're so pathetic.
They have gag character strength. Don't take them lightly.
They're lacking Fred. He was the most powerful of the Weasley.
George has the joke shop.
They're lacking Dumbledore.
George is the keeper of joke magic.
It's true. He inherited all of it.
He died after Harry made him fucking watch the Backyardigans in his little puddle that he drank from.
He had the funny gag where he put his toothbrush in his ear hole.
Oh,
Very
don't
funny.
make me watch anymore, Harry. You have to, sir. I'm sorry. Oh.
There's a Horcrux in the credits of Backyardigans, and there's the whole Dumbledore in front of the TV.
Exactly.
No more, Harry!
No matter how much it pains me, you must let me get to the end of this episode, Harry.
There's a Horcrux in a random scene in a random episode of the Backyardigans. We have to watch all of it just in case.
No more. Let me go, Harry.
It's a double segment, Harry, please.
Professor, please, you have to keep watching.
Harry, you don't know how bad the CGI aged. It's been like 20 years.
Oh, my stomach is churning.
I don't know what the pink one is, Harry. Please tell me.
None of these environments look real anymore, Harry. They just look like computer shapes.
It's just a backyard, Harry, please.
Backyard again.
Shut the fuck up, Harry.
No, please. No more.
I hate my backyard.
See you. Oh my god. They'll probably destroy the castle. It could be worse than World War II. For us, not for the world, Harry said.
That was a weird statement, Harry.
This is our World War II.
Everybody start
We
saying
are-
that. Make it a thing.
We are the Jews. He's British. He doesn't know any better.
Someone get fucking Radcliffe on the phone. I want to hear him say it. We are the Jews.
We gotta start teaching history at Hogwarts. This is bad. He can't be saying that.
Yeah, all we teach is wand waving. These kids aren't actually educated. We're sending them into the real working world, and all we teach them is Quidditch and wand waving.
We teach them all this garbage and send them back to London, where they're not even allowed to use magic.
They have no social skills, no arithmetic. They don't understand words with 3 or more syllables.
They don't know any real grammar, real words.
The only words they know are Hobbidi-Dooby and Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh my god.
We've ruined the youth. Wouldn't Harry Potter be so funny if they had social media? Alright.
Oh my god, that's too complicated of a subject.
They,
for me.
they couldn't share anything about magic, so it would just be within the school, and then it would be like pointless anyways.
Hogbook.
Dumbledore says, I created a website for Hogwarts book use. It's Hogbook.
That's what got Hagrid expelled. He hacked into fucking students' information to create the early version of Facebook. It was just a hot or not app that stole pictures of students. And that's
He
what
made
got
them all
it.
profiles without their permission.
He needed something to swipe.
He got the idea from fucking Matthew Riddle.
He's like sweaty, bent over, explaining it to the teacher. You see, you swipe left and right if the students are hot or not. Teacher's like, Hagrid, you can't show this to anyone.
We're going to get rid of this Hagrid.
I won't tell anyone. You don't tell anyone.
I thought it was a pretty good idea.
Fucking
No.
Bad. We do not talk about this.
fucking Chamber of Secrets.
Dumbledore
comes around.
fucking pulls the memory out of his brain and puts it in his soup.
He deletes his profile.
He wipes Hagrid's hard drives and pulls his memories out.
Yeah, he's got that spell where he can take his memories out and put it in the vial or whatever.
Chamber
He
of
labels it Hagrid's uncursed.
Do not you. Do
Yeah.
not look at.
Fucking Chamber of Secrets comes around. He turns Facebook into Matt Riddle somehow.
I am Lord
Voldemort.
Facebook.
Facebook turns into I am Lord Voldemort. It creates letters that aren't
What a
there.
fucking bullshit anagram. The Tom Marvel Riddle turns into I am Lord Voldemort. It's fucking stupid.
Lord.
But what if they hypnotize us into singing their songs? Like they do with little kids on TV, Neville asked.
You would worry about that, wouldn't you, Longbottom?
I love Longbottom.
We'll use wax so that we can't hear.
They're here! Jenny said as she did 3 mortals in the air, then jumped to the lake. Again. What?
She yelled it and went back in the lake.
Okay.
Waximus Ericus. Accio Wax.
Take annoying little sister, Ron said, passing her a towel and doing that thing where he does to her an AVPN.
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 Ron is brain dead.
What, Ron?
Take the sister! Hurry! Take towel to sister!
A Harry Potter musical.
Oh.
Whatever the fuck that is. Okay.
Take sister!
Take annoying little sister.
Take annoying sister.
Take annoying
No.
little sister. Run! This is serious! We could all die! Hermione said. Then they heard the backyardigans singing.
Are they finally here?
Hi, I'm Pablo. My name's Tyrone.
Singing.
Tyrone! What a cool guy.
I love that guy. He's the moose. I
Oh.
love that boy. I'm Uniqua. I'm Tasha. And my name's Austin. And we're your backyard friends, the backyardigans, together in the backyard again.
Steven,
and the
sing
place-
it.
Your backyard friends, the backyardigans, together in the backyard again, in the place where we belong, where we'll probably sing a song, and we'll maybe dance along. We've got the whole wide world in our yard to explore. We always find things we've never seen before. That's why every day we're back for more. With your friends, the backyardigans. Author's note, got the lyrics from, and he leaves a link.
Okay.
Thank you.
They have arrived, and they are singing, said Luna. I wonder if they can fly, she said dreamily. Quick! Put on the wax! Shouted Harry. It was too late. They were already under their spell. Chapter 3, the end, finally.
Backyardigans are kind of like SCPs.
Honestly.
You should write him a file.
Oh, God. Well, it was too late for Hermione, Ron, Ginny, Luna, because Harry had put the wax on his ears fast enough so that he wouldn't fall under their spell.
Thank goodness.
Maybe it was too late for them, but not for me! Laughed Harry as he took out his wand, pointing to the backyard
Now to fucking kill you!
Expelliarmus, he yelled.
Expel them from this mortal coil.
Do you really think that such a spell would affect us? Then you're wrong, Potter. We are immune to Expelliarmus, said Tyrone, approaching him.
Potter.
I wonder how big they are.
Oh, they're probably like 3 feet, so like up to their waist. But they're like, I mean, if they're immune to like his trump card
You
spells.
could just kick them.
Expelliarmus is just the disarm spell.
Oh, that's right. Just
And they-
dispels
I don't think they hold anything.
weapons.
his Patronus he hasn't used yet. Let's see.
Expecto Patronum!
Oh, I'm immune to Patronum.
They are Patronus in a way.
Spirit animals.
A big like milky white silhouette of Tyrone flutters around Hermione's head.
Let's see here. Attack! He yelled at the Hogwarts students that were already under their spell. They sang another song that, to Harry's inconvenience, made the wax jump out of his ears magically. No! No! He yelled, crying. He couldn't be under the spell. I can't be under the spell! It's impossible! I'm Harry Potter! I'm Harry freaking Potter! I can't lose to the Backyardigans! It's impossible!
Yeah, okay, dude.
The Backyardigans gave an evil laugh that magically lasted for about an hour, but it wasn't enough.
Ooh.
But it was enough for Harry to realize something. No, this can't happen, no! Suddenly, Harry woke up and said to himself, "What a dream!" Are you sure? Said Tyrone and the other Backyardigans circling his bed where he was sleeping.
I thought Tyrone was gonna be in the bed.
He's like standing on top of him like Garfield about to fucking deck him. No! Yelled Harry. The end.
Yay.
I give that 4 Backyardigans out of 5.
I rate that an hour of the Backyardigans laughing.
I give that Tyrone having to get him closer so he can beat Harry's ass.
Tyrone with the weight of 1,000 suns standing on Harry's chest. Pressing his lungs in.
God, such awful CG monsters.
I'm still shocked. I'm still in awe at the part where he talks about fucking Oreos for like 2 sentences.
And going to the grocery store and getting chiclets and Sprite.
He just gets
He
hungry.
buys chiclets.
He buys chiclets. God.
The hell's a chiclet?
It's like a little...
Oh, the gum. Okay.
Okay. I've got mine pulled up. Okay. It looks like this one's structured so it has different characters experiencing different things, so it's going to be a bit weird to describe, but bear with me. So it starts off with, in Harry's perspective, Harry James Potter, Demon Weapon, Dark Light Class, reporting for duty. The story I'm about to tell you is, well, soulful. Hermione Jean Granger, Dark Light Meister, reporting for duty. The story I'm about to tell you is, well, deadly. Okay, so it's the characters. Okay.
Did they say Harry's weapon type?
He's a demon weapon.
Okay, that's not really specific.
Dark Light Class. Yeah, so this is Harry. It started when I was 11. I sat on the glossy ruby red train that took me to the promise of a better life. I was raised by my only living family, the Dursleys. My parents were killed when I was 1. I didn't know why, probably never would, but the Dursleys hated me. I was like a male Cinderella, only instead of a fairy godmother. What?
Instead of a fairy godmother, you got a hairy ass old man.
You got a hairy Instead of you got a hairy godfather.
I got the inventor of Facebook.
I was like a male Cinderella, only instead of a fairy godmother. You really like the male Cinderella line?
Why would he say that?
Because he's being tortured despite being beautiful.
He doesn't like the original Cinderella. Not as poignant.
That'd be like a not weak female Cinderella. It'd be a strong alpha male Cinderella.
Be a fucking Chad anywhere else. Play at home.
I'm like a fucking Chad, but also weak and Cinderella.
It's like Cinderella, but I think mine's a little better.
I'm like a Chad, but Dudley's like two Chads, so it's still I'm still inferior there.
I fucking hate Dudley.
Vernon Dursley is at least 2.5 Chads. With all the chins he's got.
2.5 Chads.
Let's see.
You're gonna play Keck or Cringe with my relatives.
Where's...
I don't want to play Keck or Cringe, get in the cupboard!
That's pretty fucking cringe, Vernon.
You're cringe!
Heck, bitch.
No, Harry, I'm not the soy Wojak. I'm the Chad. Stop calling me soy.
He stomps and stomps and stomps. He's stomping on top of the cupboard and the stairs.
Now that's pretty Keck, Vernon, I won't lie right now.
Cringy, 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 cringy.
Yeah, alright, wobble around, fat boy, keep going. That's pretty damn Keck of you.
This got out of hand fast.
Harry fucking did it.
Where is Harry learning these terms? He doesn't have any. He doesn't have anything. He's under
Ronald,
stairs all day.
This is like in between 1 and 2 where he fucking Ron Weasley secretly showed him all his fucking Leafy videos.
Ron taught him all these damn internet jokes.
While the Dursleys were out having a fun family outing, Harry snuck into the Dudley's room and browsed the message boards. He's like, Keck, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's cringy.
Voldemort's not very Keck, I won't lie.
He says, Accio cringe, and Vernon flies to the house. He's like, I told you. Vernon has steam coming out of his ears as he slams his hand on the door. Locks it with 7 locks. Anyway. Only instead of a fairy godmother, I had other ways of breaking away from the abuse. It was unbelievable how much they hated me. I'm their was only nephew. They're only anything, really. And still, the assholes couldn't remember my birthday. Not because they just forgot, but because they didn't give a crap. Do you have something to add?
No, I was just thinking, was laughing earlier.
I'm
Well, I was
sorry.
thinking that you said, I'm their only anything, as if they don't also have a son.
Yeah. Dudley's not important.
Dudley's nothing.
I never got my own clothes. I was forced to live in a closet under the stairway. And my aunt cut off all my hair twice. And to top it all off, I was their slave.
They made me look so fucking cringe.
They made me look like a racist.
It made me
I'm not a racist, I swear.
They made me grow out my mustache and then shave it so there's only a patch on my
He's
upper
11.
lip.
his little pube stash.
My uncle put Rogaine on my upper lip until I grew a mustache.
I wanted to be a ghost for Halloween, and I thought it was suspicious that they were finally for something. I should have known better. Racist. If they needed dishes,
Racism's pretty Keck.
if they needed dishes done, they called, no, demanded me. If they wanted a meal, I had to do it. If they wanted the lawn mowed, I had to do it. If my cousin Dudley pissed his pants, they blamed me, and then I had to clean it up.
Oh,
If mommy daddy time got a little out of hand, I had to clean a mess.
No.
It was like a motor maid. I had to clean up Vernon's cum.
Oh, this is fucking cringy,
And
mate.
Petunia's discharge.
Kick that, you little vermin!
So fucked up. Mummy daddy time got out of hand.
Why is
Hey! Clean my sheets! You have to get
my smegma.
You have to get off the bed so I can pull the sheets out.
No!
You pulled them from under me.
Oh,
Sweaty naked ass.
Pull him from under.
I don't want to know where this child learned this phrase.
He has to pull them from under him without knocking him down.
To make matters worse, I never left the house for anything besides school or for some chore. My Uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia loved their son. They loved him more than Blackstar loves himself. Almost. And that's great. I totally supported that. I really did. It was just, they had the intention to love, but in the end, they spoiled him. Give a child disappointment, they will become a good person, a good meister. Give a child their every wish, they will become a Keishan. That was the first lesson I was taught, but I should get into that later. So Dudley's gonna turn into a Keishan. A fucking dark soul corrupted for all time.
Holy shit, his blood's turning black by the minute.
Gonna turn black and jump on the stairs above Harry even faster.
It's black and thick. You can weaponize it. Hermione. I've always told my friends from the mortal world and wizarding world that life with my parents was perfectly normal. I lied. I love my parents and they love me. We never had any disputes. It's just that they didn't know how to help me. It's the reason they so unthinkingly sent me to wizarding school. I was 2, just a baby, but I could still remember it just like I remember yesterday. I was getting used to walking when I fell down. Even though I was too young to have organized non-instinctive thoughts or acts on those thoughts, I could remember being tired of always falling down. I wanted to stand, and once I could stand, I wanted to fly, to be better than everyone else. But instead of trying again, I tried to cheat. Soon enough, my dog came over. He was a large golden retriever. I somehow climbed on his back and tried to force him to move. Everything became a blurry memory after that. I could remember him trudging on, desperately trying to move to my commands, as if for his life. Then he collapsed. He died. My parents saw the entire thing. Before even trying to take the dog to the vet, they took me to the hospital. Doctors said that I was fine, and we went home and gave my dog a funeral. I was too young to even remember his name. I was really rebellious after that. After preschool, all of my kindness lessons kicked in, and I lost my entire deviacy.
They sure are trying to give her a lot of backstory before preschool.
Yeah.
And she was 2, and she killed her dog.
Yeah.
Back to Harry. When I was probably 6, my non-biological Aunt Marge visited us. She adored my cousin. She also bred dogs. She brought her favorite, vicious dog with her. She hadn't even unpacked, and the dog chased me up a tree. They didn't even notice. They went inside and stayed cowering in the tree. Around 15 minutes later, the dog showed no sign of giving up. My arms were tired and there were splinters in my face. Something came over me and I jumped down from the tree. The dog charged and I struck it. It flew back, hitting the shed behind the wall house.
Whoa, how did he do that?
He swung his arm really hard. I just sat there. I didn't know why and I didn't know what else to do. I just sat down and looked at the grass, taking splinters out of my cheeks. A few seconds later, the Dursleys came outside. I didn't look up. I heard screams coming from my Aunt Marge and growls from my uncle.
Look at me when I'm talking to you, damn it!
He yelled. I looked up. For some reason, with a thin grin. In the corner of my eye, I saw Aunt Petunia covering Dudley's eyes, and my Aunt Marge weeping on the floor, plastered on the wall, with her beloved dog sliced open, glued down by his own blood.
You cut that dog wide open! You freaking idiot!
Idiot.
We're back to Hermione now.
Okay, well, Harry deserves everything. Back to Hermione.
They're both dog killers.
Yeah, they are.
I can get another dog.
Yeah, she's a breeder. She's got plenty.
Oh. Yeah, she breeds alright.
Harry's gonna have to clean that up. Harry's gonna have to clean up the dead dog he just killed.
Okay, he deserves that one.
6-year-old boys mopping up blood.
It's a giant mop. 6 years old.
Can't even use it properly because, like, the end is, like, a fucking 10 feet away from him. He's, like, doing this.
My parents and I thought it was a bizarre coincidence, my dog dying, but in 5th grade, just before I went to wizarding school, we found out that it wasn't. I was, like how I pretended to be in wizarding school, a shy bookworm, and in New York, shy bookworms got picked on. But lucky me, these weren't the average 5th grade bullies, but mid-pubescent middle school students looking for someone who wouldn't fight back. I was that someone. To them.
You can't just like say in 5th grade we realized that thing that happened when I was 2 wasn't an accident. It's like, yes it was, you were 2. Everything was an accident. Definitely.
You don't understand.
That was like 8 years ago.
Hermione's the smart one.
She goes audibly, when I was 2, I didn't kill that dog on accident.
I killed him on purpose. I said, get up, you bloody wanker.
I'm like, Hermione, how do you remember that?
I don't know.
I fucking hate dogs.
I can't remember what exactly happened, but I remember that I didn't like it. Unlike when I was 2, when it seemed like the wrong thing to do, I felt like I had a right, a responsibility to fight back. A fist flew at my face, and before they could hit me, I hit them, all of them. Bystanders came to their aid as they balled up together, holding their stomachs. I just sat there and continued to read my book. I felt like I had done the right thing.
Hermione kicked their ass?
Yeah, with one blow.
Wow.
Harry.
A year or 2 after that, I started to remember how the giant gash on the dog's stomach appeared. I saw it as he was just backhanding the dog away. But I began to remember our metal. It was shaped like a lightning bolt, without the jagged edges. It was laced with a bright green, exotic design bordering the top. Then I slashed. I remember sitting down. The metal shone a bright green, and my right arm emerged from the light as it dimmed down to non-existence. I started to pluck splinters from my face. The dog whimpered, and I said, "You'll live, not die. This is a warning, you bitch."
I cursed for the first time.
How old is he?
He was 6 then.
Wait, he said you will live, not die to the dog, though?
Yeah.
But he sliced the dog open and it's plastered to the wall.
Yeah.
He called it a bitch, which it is.
Maybe, I guess it did survive. I don't know. Okay, so
There's nothing to
if
worry
he's
about.
flashback, then he's gotta have a baby voice.
I cursed for the first time. If you so much as chase an innocent cat again, I'll cut your skull open, put spiders in your wound, and stitch your skull to a close. Then when the spiders choke to death and you feel like you're going to die, I'll kill you right then and there with your very bones you bury.
Harry,
You'll
what
hear
the
me,
fuck are you talking about up there? I'm gonna beat your little ass!
Harry! What did you say to me? Did you just swear? Oh boy!
Oh, I always do it the worst fucking time.
Yeah, quit drinking your Java Monster, you sellout.
Leave me alone.
Vernon's mad that his godson swore, and nothing else.
You say swear.
You just swear I'll beat your fucking ass.
Hey, you can say arse.
Grounded.
411337788 Googleplex millennia.
No more sleep. No more under the cabinets. No more. Got nothing on him.
You can no longer drink water for 3 weeks.
You can no longer dream. Nowhere you go will be safe from me.
Oh my fucking god.
Then the dog barked, and I took it as a yes. The next time my Aunt Marge visited us with her favourite dog, alive with a huge scar across its belly, then when they weren't looking, I squatted down and spoke to it. "I'm sorry for what I did. I don't know what came over me," I said as it quivered in the shadow. "Tell you what, if you don't chase me again, I won't do whatever I said I'd do to you." Deal? The dog perked up as if he'd gotten his life back and affectionately licked me.
That's a half apology, Harry.
Yeah, he said, if you don't fuck with me again, I won't fuck with you again. Got it?
The dog has no idea what he's talking about.
I'll take that as a yes. Hermione. When the bystanders had gone to call an ambulance, I put down my book and stared at the bullies. Listen to me, I said, clasping one of their faces with one hand, making him face me. What you did was pathetic. If you think hurting a little girl will help you at all with anything, you aren't worth the clothes on your back. I threw his head back on the concrete. I moved to the second attacker, stepping on his chest. Get your act together. You're big boys. I don't have to tell you how to... oh God, I totally lost my place. You're big boys. I don't have to tell you. Am I understood? The boy under my foot turned his head and groaned. I kneeled down and held his fist inches from my face. Am I understood? He quickly turned to me and nodded. I moved to the last attacker, standing over him with my arms crossed. Good. You tell these good people you just have a stomach virus and you need to go home. If you ever say anything about this to anyone, I'll hunt you down and beat you in front of your own mothers. I kicked the last boy in the ribs, picked up my book, and walked back home. This is some fucking violent kids.
Meisters don't have, like, superpowers. They just wield weapons. Yeah.
Oh, they do.
But,
Well,
when they're wizarding Meisters and
unless
weapons.
you're Mocha.
What?
Unless you're Mocha in the fucking anime.
Which one's Mocha?
God, I forgot. Maka.
Maka.
Maka in the fucking
Mocha.
anime.
oh yeah, she
Mocha.
does, at the end, have powers.
Yeah.
He's
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. The ending's not very good, but the show itself is great.
Grounded.
Maka, you are grounded from ever making a death scythe. You will not replace me, your father.
You cannot kill the Kishin with bravery punch. You are grounded for not making sense.
I'm going to kill the Kishin with bravery punch.
Harry, are you gonna kill the Kishin with bravery punch?
It wasn't until... Oh, back to Harry. It wasn't until a few days later I fully grasped what I had did. I dreamed about the night I attacked the dog, and I was now friends with. I woke with a start, bumping my head on the short ceiling of the closet. I raised my arm to rub my forehead when I felt that my hand was inexplicably cold. I opened my eyes to look at my hand and almost fainted at the sight. Running down the middle was an exotic bright green design that looked as if it wasn't paint, but a part of the structure. My eyes became blurry as they stared at a metal blade replacing my hand. My eyes pointlessly darted back and forth, looking for the cause of it all. Then, with worry overcoming my body, my other arm began to emit a dim green light. It too was beginning to transform. I saw worry turn my body into something else. So I thought that peace would maybe turn into something else into my body. Though at that time, I didn't have much peace, so I quietly dashed to the nearest bathroom and splashed warm water on my face. I felt something tear my skin. My eyes blared open. I looked at a small bleeding wound on my cheek. Both my arms had become identical blades, and then panicked, I tried to force the transformation. It worked. My arms glowed bright and my arms emerged from it.
Wait, what do you think? Which weapon do you think he's gonna be?
He seems like he just has like scythe or sword.
Double scythe?
Properties, maybe.
Double-sided scythe?
A Swiss Army knife. He is Daniel Radcliffe.
He is the
after
Swiss
all.
Army man. I can't ever tell anyone. I can't ever tell anyone. I chanted to myself, staggering to my bed. I can't ever tell anyone. Harry, you keep it secret in my house.
Keep it down! Keep it down!
Please tell me.
Keep it down, but tell me your secret.
Tell me your weaknesses.
I need more ways to destroy you. I said for the last time, falling asleep. What happened that night was only the beginning of my transformations. And that's all the author wrote.
Whoa.
So the end.
Never knows his weapon.
We'll never know. For prosperity's sake, the title implies that it's black blood related, which I think is why they have evil superhuman strength.
Oh.
For those Soul Eater diehard fans out there, seriously, watch Soul Eater. It's pretty good.
The manga's also good.
The manga is also good and varies quite differently from the anime. It's one of those Full Metal Alchemist situations where they were making the anime faster than the manga was being written, but both are worth your time, I'd say.
Yeah. Is what is if you finish one, you have the other.
Mm-hmm. Then you can read Soul Eater Not.
We should do a manga versus anime
You
ending
cannot watch
video.
it.
That would be cool.
Whatever happened to Soul Eater Not?
It finished.
Oh, it did?
Cool.
Yeah.
How long was it?
5 volumes, or I think 13 episodes. I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I read it. I remember specifically thinking that the last volume was the only one that really felt like Soul Eater. The other ones were fluff, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know. It's one of those things. They made Maka's eyes really shoujo and weird, and it pretty much ruined her entire character design with that one little change.
Oh, dude, I couldn't get through the anime because of that, because it looked like fucking, what's that one fucking anime about the girls that sing?
Love Live?
Not that one, K-On! It fucking reminded me of K-On's art style, which isn't a bad thing, it's just, it's not Soul Eater.
No, yeah, it just that one tiny change really changed her design. I didn't like it at all.
Right.
We should do a video, remember Soul Eater Not?
Yeah. Soul Eater Not was a thing.
I'll gladly be on that. I'll defend Soul Eater Not.
There we go. Perfect.
Rate the story.
Oh, sorry.
I rate that very violent family dynamic out of 10.
I rate that 69 stomps of Vernon on top of the stairs where Harry sleeps.
He's like fucking
I rate that 2 dead dogs out of 2.
Okay.
Great job, guys. We didn't have a horribly long episode.
That's great. You know, pretty short, but all stretched out by talking.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. And remember, next episode, the Gold and Silver Fanfic Jam.
Yay!
It's coming. It's going to be a big thing. I hope people actually have signed up for it and entered stuff in. I'm really excited to announce it and everything. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're listening to this and you haven't already heard about it, put your thinking cap on and write your favorite gold and silver pawn shop story that you've always wanted to see. It can be a crossover, it can be its own thing, just as long as it has one of the 4 staple characters.
talk.
If you need inspiration, look up Prawn Srars 2. Or YouTube The Things. She's an incredible YouTube poop creator.
The first Pawn Stars is also very good.
Yes, I'm pretty sure those are the only Pawn Stars and YouTube poops, but they're very funny.
Most notable ones for damn sure.
They're very good. Check out more of the stuff. We got more shows coming, more Manga Mondays coming, more art show coming, other stuff. We're doing all kinds of different things, so you know.
Oh, yeah.
Check it out, spread the word, let us know what you think, comment and critique. Please, thank you. We love you.
We love you.
Thank you. Good night. Or good morning. Have a good day. Have a good night.
Good.
Good. Play Harry Potter PS1. Sorcerer's Stone.
Yay, yes.
What is that?
We are going
That's what I thought it was.
It's a Harry
Code
Potter
Lyoko?
theme song.
Yeah.
Make evil go away.
Watch Code Lyoko. All the episodes are officially uploaded for free on YouTube.
I think they're back on Netflix.
They are back on Netflix.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
I remember being a high school tot and realizing Soul and Code Lyoko was going away in 4 days, so I watched the entire series in that time period. Remember being a hot teen and you could just do that.
Watch shows infinitely.
Yeah, like I got caught up in One Piece in like 2 years tops, and I was like, the show was like halfway through Dressrosa at that point.
Yes.
It was incredible. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.